And if you're seeing this face for the first time, hello. My name is Audrey, and I make content about all things wellness. And if that's your kind of thing, please consider staying by subscribing. It's nice here, it is a vibe. And today we are continuing with our financial education discussion. And today we are going to be talking about how wealth is hidden. Okay, so let's do the poll and then I'll write the topic, the heading for today, and we can start. Okay, we have one person in the building. How are you doing? Thank you for joining me today. So, how is everyone's Tuesday going? Mine is going quite good. I've been productive this morning, a little overproductive because I'm feeling exhausted and it's only 10:43. But we have to move on. It's a Tuesday. We have work. That's also why I started this live earlier because I have an early meeting today. So, I want to make sure I get at least an hour in before I start work. Okay, so today we are going to be having some green tea with lemon because I was gonna make coffee, but I remembered that it makes me sleepy. So instead, we're doing green tea with lemon. We're gonna wait for that to cool down. I'll probably have it like 30 minutes after we start this live. But yes, so this is something that I love quoting all the time, and I'm going to write it down in the topic. And it is spending money. Hi Sino, good morning. How are you doing? I'm starting early today because I have a meeting at 9:45. Yeah, so I'm hoping that I can get an hour in before that time. Hi, Garcia. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Who is your friend? What is the name of their channel and what is the name of their video? So I'm just writing the code which says spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. Hypnosis, Garcia. Okay. I don't know. The people in the chat might want to try it. I tend to steer away from things like that. To show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. Hi AK, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Okay, there we go. We have our statement. This is what we are going to be using for today. Spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. I am going to continue to preach that. Okay, guys, please don't forget to like the live as you come in. Oh, 11 people. Hi, everybody. Please say hi in the comments so we can chat. I wanted to ask you if you could take a look at his video. Okay, sure, I will. I will. Once I get time, I will. Saludes desde Mexico. Hi. It's gonna be hard for me to pronounce your name, but I think it's Jaime or Jaime. I'm sorry. I hope that I say that correctly. Viva Mexico. Okay, Viva Mexico. Can I also say Viva Zimbabwe because that is where I'm from? Hi, Rhea. Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. How are you doing today? All right. So we are going to start with some definitions today. that I read. Okay, we're studying the book, The Psychology of Money, and um, we are, practicing them, putting them to practice. Jaime is Jimmy. Okay, I see. Thank you so much for that. So, can I call you Jimmy? Rhea said you're beautiful. Thank you so much. Brandon, what am I preaching in general? In general, okay. So my channel is about overall wellness. So anything that has to do with wellness, physical wellness, if you check out my channel, you're going to see a lot of fitness content there. I also speak about eating healthy, but also having balance. I have this 80-20 rule that I follow. So I also do some meal prep videos on my channel. Healthy food, whole food, non-restrictive food. I also talk about my journey, my faith journey. And I also talk about just general wellness, doing the things you love, exploring new things, and having a balance. So that is what I preach in general, if you can say that. Yeah, so it is overall wellness. Okay, so let us start with this definition that I think is going to be helpful for a lot of people, which is the difference between being wealthy and rich. Right. What is the difference between being a wealthy and rich? Does anyone does anyone want to answer as I read out the definition? What do you think the difference is between being wealthy and being rich? Yes, Rhea. Okay, yeah, you can go ahead. What do you think the difference is? What do you think the difference is? Amount, uh, di- disposable income and time. Amount if disposable income and time. That's a good definition. That is actually a good definition. Okay. So the amount of disposable income you have and for how long you're going to have it is what you would define as wealth. That's a good definition, actually, according to what I have read and what I have understood about wealth. Yesterday, we were talking about the freedom that wealth gives you. And one of the freedoms that we spoke about is being able to control your time because of how much money you have, right? So I think that that is a great definition. What am I talking about? Hi, Kaushal. I hope I said it correctly, either Kaushal or Koshal. I am speaking about the difference between being rich and being wealthy. And I'm sure you can see from the pinned comment, we're talking about the fastest way to get broke is to show people that you're rich. Hi, Patrick, and thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, guys. I will read out the definition that we have. What's your opinion about extraterrestrial technologies? I I don't have an opinion because I haven't heard about that. That's the first time I'm hearing about extraterrestrial technologies. I've heard about extraterrestrial beings, but I didn't know that it had moved on to technology. So I don't have an opinion, unfortunately. Um, Thank you, Jason Smith. Thank you so much. Wow, the sun is really coming in. Yeah, we had rain yesterday, so it was a little bit cloudy, but the sun is coming in. I feel like I'm looking brighter. I like that. Hi, Rhea. Thank you so much. You are the sweetest. Thank you so much. So I'm going to read the definitions from the book. I am from Zimbabwe, just above Mzansi. I am from Zimbabwe, Wayne. I would stay more on point with your topic. Don't get too distracted with the business. Okay, thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. So, Brandon, do you have a YouTube channel? Let's go with the definitions. The first definition is rich. Rich is a current income. Someone driving $100,000 car, for example, is almost certainly rich because if they purchase the car with debt, it means they have a certain level of income. But wealth is hidden. It's income that is not spent. Hi, Alice. How are you doing? I started early today. I know that's why you are shocked. I started early today. Yes, yes, yes. But wealth is hidden. It's income that is not spent. Wealth is an option not yet taken. So we're saying the option is there, but we're not taking it at this particular point. We're holding off so that maybe in 2 years or in 3 years we can get something bigger, or we can invest in more things and have more money. So wealth is hidden. It's income not spent. Wealth is an option not yet taken to buy something later. Its value lies in offering you options, flexibility, and growth to one day purchase more stuff than you could right now. So, rich is the disposable income that you have now. If I have $500,000 and I buy $100,000 car, I buy a $200,000 home, then yeah, I am rich. I am rich, and I take my children to $5,000 a term school. I am rich. But if I hold on buying that $100,000 house now, and maybe buy like a $20,000 cottage or something like that, and invest the 80,000, I may be able to build wealth. Okay, now they're broke. Who's broke, Wayne? I don't know nothing about financing, titles to everything. You lying to me, it ain't hidden. I gotta have my gold chains in my and your whip. Wayne, that means you'll be rich, right? We are differentiating the difference between being rich and being wealthy. So yes, you will be rich. You can afford to buy those things. So you are rich. But when you're wealthy, you're building on that richness. I wanted to fetch Sina, and guess what? She's here, but she didn't tell me. Alice, the betrayal. The betrayal of Sino. Yeah, I had to come on early, Alice, because I have a meeting at 10:45. So I started at 10:43 so that I can at least get an answer. Yeah. So Jason Smith said, can you get rich by stacking money and saving? Yes, you can. You can, Jason. And that is actually it's a habit that a lot of people don't know how to actually do, me included. I had to teach myself. It was a strain to teach myself to save, because when I was growing up, I always wanted to be rich. And how am I going to feel rich if I spend the money that I have, right? Like what Wayne is saying. Especially coming from friends, the betrayals, you know. So it's a habit that I had to teach myself in now, like older. Um, and it took time, just like when you are trying to, for example, build muscle or lose weight, when you're trying to change your diet, when you're trying to adjust to a new job, when you're trying to adjust to waking up. It is going to be difficult in the beginning, but the more you do it, it becomes repetitive, and it's a muscle that you can flex over and over. So yes, you can get rich by stacking and saving. And then you can get wealthy by choosing to continuously stack and save, even though you have disposable income to spend. So yes, you can, Jason, you can. You can get rich by saving in high yield saving accounts, but over the course of decades, it's only worth to invest? So, Brandon, this is something that I've been looking into for the past maybe 3 to 4 months. I've been trying to study how to invest and how to invest wisely, how to invest in many things as well, because it's just like with saving. Investing is not something that I grew up knowing about, and it's something that I'm having to learn about to try and flex that muscle, work that muscle. So yeah, it's a bit difficult. Hi, Rhea. Hi again, Rhea. Hi, Fab. Thank you so much for joining again. So, Fab says it depends on how much money you save, but saving money doesn't make you rich. Investing does. Saving money makes sure you have extra money in case of emergencies or growth. So, the same question I'm bringing to Brandon. How do you learn how to invest? What are the resources that you can share about investment? Because also, geographically, it might be difficult to start investing in certain things. For example, most of the people that I follow are American or they're Canadian or they're Australian, and they have knowledge about investing in, for example, the stock market, in property, but that is only relevant in their geographical location. But when it now comes to me, it's a little bit difficult to, you know, go into those markets. So, yeah, that's why I said I've been trying to learn how to do that. I'm just checking if my tea is cold, but not yet. Hi, Jorge. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining from Mexico. Thank you so much. Miguel said Wakanda forever. Why? You can. No, I understood you, Brandon. Thank you. Miguel, what am I lying about? Hi, Zinmo, how are you doing? It's still hard. Are you rich? So, I am richer than I was, let's say, 2 years ago. I am richer than I was 2 years ago. But that is not the goal for me. My goal is not to just have disposable income, like I said. I want to get wealthy. I want to get to that point where I don't have to think about what I'm going to be spending next month or the next 3 months or the next 6 months. I also want my money to work for me. That's one thing that I've always wanted to do, and also have multiple streams of income. So rich, relatively richer than I used to be, but I'm trying to accumulate wealth. I'm not a good saver, but I try to set a target for a year. Sometimes I don't make it to my target because of spending. Alice, at least we have a target. That is the first step. And like I said, saving is not something that comes natural. Especially to me. It doesn't come natural at all. But it's something that if you do it over time, when you do it over time, it gets easier and easier. So, yeah. And also, I think that most of the books that I've been reading have taught me that you don't save after you've done your shopping for the month. You save before. So that's something to consider as well, Alice. Miguel says you can't invest if you're poor. That is wrong, Miguel. That is wrong. You want to know why? Because that's the same thing that I thought about saving. I thought that you can't save because your salary is a certain amount and you have all these bills, and then you have to learn to prioritize what is most important to you. And that's why it's important to have a goal, right? What are you saving towards? Because let me tell you the honest truth. When I wanted to buy something like maybe I wanted to buy a new phone, I could save. It was easy for me to save. I knew that, okay, I want to buy this in 5 months or 6 months. So how much should I save in each month to get there? I could do it. Why? Because I was prioritizing something. But for most people, like myself included, unless I know what tangible thing I am saving for, it's hard to save. So it's the same thing with investment. Also, you don't have to have a lot of money to invest, Miguel. From all of the knowledge that I have been compiling, you can even if you want to invest in stock, for example, you don't have to buy like the full stock of something. You can buy fractional stock. So yeah, it's not a rich or poor thing. It is a knowledge thing. You have to invest in learning how to invest. You have to also invest in time, resources as well, but you have to want to do it. So unless you have a goal, it's going to be quite difficult. Yes, you can Miguel, you can invest in yourself. Exactly, Wayne. Thank you for that. Do you have a boyfriend? I have a fiance, Rhea. I have a fiance. Investing in scouting, investing in scouting different companies' growth plans. If certain companies are expanding territory or business models, investing can be worth it. It's always a gamble. There are lots of communities these days where you can learn from and connect with. Fab, if you don't mind, if you just list down 2 or 3 communities for me, I love to I love to learn. I love to learn. I love to gather information. So if you can just note them down for me, I'll take screenshots and I'll look at them. But yes, that is a good way to invest. Thank you. Do you make jollof rice? I do make jollof rice. Would you like to learn how to make jollof rice, Henry? Because if you do, I have a video on my channel about that. Hamid, hi, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. I used to have a friend in primary school whose name was Hamid. Yes, Ashish, thank you. Travis, my day is going good. My day is going quite good. It was a very productive morning, so I'm happy about that. Uh, hi, Iceman. Iceman said, "Do you believe in love after love?" Funny. Yeah, I do actually, Iceman. I believe in love. Wayne said, "Crypto microcaps can get you rich quickly, but you can lose just as quick. Bigger the risk, bigger the reward." That is true, Wayne. I have tried crypto trading. I've tried forex trading. I've tried what else did I try? Yeah, those two. And it's true. I have won some. I have lost some. It's a game of patience, and it's a game of, yeah, it is a gamble. So I agree with that, Wayne. Hi, Dineo. Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining the live. Hi, Mrs. Manoj. Brandon says, "Trust me, the best way to make money is in today's age. You need to learn how to build a great digital product or service that provides value to a community." Uh, true. I have heard that a lot. Game of emotions. Yes, Wayne, I have cried on some days. I have stressed, I have laughed, I have screamed with joy. So, yes, it is a game of emotions. Hi, Aaron, how are you doing? You're from Peru. First time having someone from Peru. Thank you so much for joining. Once you have that cash flow, use it to invest into real estate and buy your luxuries through your real estate portfolio. So, real estate investment is something that I have learned over time from the time that I was yeah, very young, because I saw people in my family investing in real estate, and I can attest to real estate. if there's one thing that I can attest to is investing in real estate, because whether or not you decide to buy and sell it or you decide to rent it out, that's income that is always coming in. So yeah, Brandon, I agree with that 100%. But yeah, it is a gamble trying to find what to invest in. Yes. God bless you in all aspects of your life today and always. I've left my like. Thank you so much, Aaron. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. So let's move on. Mrs. Manoj Vlogs, what time do you go live? What time do you go live? Please let us know so we can come through. Great morning, Precious. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Sino, we were gossiping about you. In your absentia, we were gossiping about you. So, yeah, excuse me. There were some points that I wanted to yeah, there are some points that I wanted to bring out because they did bring an analogy of exercise and being rich and being wealthy. Because I am very familiar with exercise, it was a great analogy for me to bring to you as well. So they were saying that being rich and being wealthy is the same as getting on a diet or starting an exercise, right? When you run, okay, I won't tell her, Alice. When you start working out and start dieting, for example, you believe that now that I have started walking, yeah, maybe you can start with a walk. I love walks because, yeah, they're very good for fat loss. It's an all-round workout. You work out your arms, you work out your shoulders, you work out your core, your legs, and it's very good for fat loss. So you start walking, and then you think, oh, I can reward myself with some ice cream because I have walked. I've burnt the calories enough for me to eat the ice cream. Good morning, Mohadi. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining the live. I will walk no more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes is good. You start somewhere. 10 minutes is good, Henry. 10 minutes is good. So the idea behind it is, oh, I'm burning calories so I can eat calories. But we underestimate how many calories we're going to burn in a walk, and also underestimate how many calories are in something that we're going to eat. So that is why you'll see that, oh, I started working out, I started eating healthy, but I'm not seeing results. And that's simply because I don't encourage tracking at all, but I do encourage portion control. So you can still eat everything that you have been eating before, but you can reduce your portions initially. That's the first thing that you can do. Just reduce your portions and add more vegetables, drink more water, drink more fluids, for example, right? And then you're burning calories because you have started walking, Henry, for 10 minutes. So your diet stays the same, it's consistent, and you start walking, meaning maybe in your 10 minutes of walking, you've burnt 50 calories, right? That's 50 calories away from what you were burning before. Simple maths, quick maths, okay? Now, we move on to wealth. So, let's say that you don't only want to lose weight, but you want to build muscle or whatever it is your goal is. That treat that you wanted to have, okay, I've walked, so I'm gonna buy myself some ice cream. I've walked, so I'm gonna buy myself some chocolate. And you say, okay, let me hold off on that today. Maybe it's something that you ate daily. there was a summer that I was eating ice cream. You know those Magnum minis every day? I was eating one of those every day. And then I say, oh, let me hold off on that for 5 days this week, and I can eat it on Saturday and Sunday. That's a huge difference to your diet, a huge difference. And it's going to lead to everyday pressures. It is going to lead to bigger results, like huge results, because you've moved from 7 days to 5 days to 2 days, actually, right? So that's the same thing with building wealth. When you hold off on buying maybe the bag that you saw in the store today, and you say, okay, let me keep that money, let me invest in a business, chicken business. I'll always talk about chicken business because where I come from, you're always going to get a good amount of money from that investment. Okay, let me invest in my chicken business, right? I'll do my chicken business for 6 months, then I'll come back for the bag. In fact, I'm gonna afford 2 bags when I come back. But if I just buy 1 bag instead of the 2 bags, then maybe I can keep on reinvesting in the business that's going to give me more income. And that's exactly how we build wealth. We hold off on what we want to buy today so that we can buy more and have more later on. So, Precious, I'm sure you have watched my videos and you saw how I got from 70. I think the last time I weighed myself, I was like 74 or something. No, 76. Yeah, 76 to 90, right? Yeah. In between that year, I was eating a Magnum Mini every day, and they were on promotion this side. I think I did that for how long did I do that for? Maybe 2 months. Yeah, it was over the summer holiday. I did that for over 2 months, and then I said, nah, I cannot do that. So yes, everyday Precious, I was having a Magnum Mini. Kg or pound? Kg, Henry. Serpico is shocked 76. Why? Why are you shocked? Be shocked with 90 because 76 was just my smallest, actually. Yes, Precious, they had promos because they were launching new flavors. And as they were launching the new flavors, there was a competition where you could win a car. So in my head, I was like, not only am I enjoying this Magnum, but I might also like win a car. So yes, I was having them every day. Okay, yes, Alice is monetized. She is a monetized babe here on the YouTube streets. And Miss Manoj, yeah, you are. I saw that you were monetized. I saw you have the $sign. Congratulations again. Good morning, Sako. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Precious, why are you doing this to me? No, I did not win the car. After supporting, imagine, after supporting for 2 months and adding so much weight, I still didn't win the car. So, yeah, no, I didn't. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Iman. How are you doing? I actually had a neighbor. Her name was Iman, but her spelling was Iman. Iman. Background in a session. All right, Mohadi, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I will be leaving for a meeting as well in about 30 minutes. I just got the reminder that in 30 minutes you have to be going. Alice, but the dollars are very slow. When did you get monetized, Mrs. Manoj? When did you get monetized? Okay. So let us move on. So we have an example here of someone who is quite famous. And let me just read it for you because it's quite short. So they're talking about the very famous Fenty Beauty business owner, Rihanna. Singer Rihanna, when she was still a singer before she became a business owner, nearly went bankrupt after overspending and sued her financial advisor. The advisor responded, "Was it really necessary to tell her that if you spend money on things, you will end up with the things and not the money?" I'll read that again because he thought it was obvious, but I don't think it's obvious to a lot of people. It's not obvious to me. It wasn't obvious to me. But again, when singer Rihanna almost went bankrupt, she sued her financial advisor, and he responded, "Was it really necessary to tell her that if you spend money on things, you will end up with things and not the money?" Right. And then it goes on to say that when most people say they want to be a millionaire, they mean that they want to spend $1 million on something. They want to buy the most expensive car, the most expensive house. That's what they mean by being a millionaire. But that's not being a millionaire. Being a millionaire is having $1 million in your account, right? Or $1 million portfolio in your investments. But most people think that spending the million makes you a millionaire. So the question to everyone is is it necessary to tell Audrey that when you spend money on things, you're going to have things and not money? Yes, Dineo. Say that again. Say that again because yeah, say that again because it is a hard a hard pill to swallow. All right, most of the time we don't understand this concept because I grew up knowing that I want to make money so I can buy a car, I can buy a house, and then I can give my future children a good life. But the education of actually holding wealth and creating generational wealth is something that I've had to attack for myself. So when I read that statement, and if Rihanna, with all her money at that time, also didn't know that, it's something that we have to speak about more openly. Just because you have money doesn't mean you have to spend the money. Not all of it, at least. Adam Brook, hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Greetings there, Dineo from Sako, and she is agreeing with me. How are you doing, Chi? Thank you so much for joining. Please support me, super sticker and super chat. Miss Manoj, please guys, let's go and support Mrs. Manoj and her vlogs. What business do I do? I do a lot. I have multiple businesses, but I'll tell you about two. So, okay, maybe I'll tell you about one. I have a fitness clothing line, and that's something that I am focusing on at the moment. So yeah, I have a fitness clothing line, and the other ones, they're in the background. So later on I will share as we go. But yeah, that's what I do at the current moment. And I also have a 9 to 5, sort of, depending on the time zone. I have a 9 to 5 as well. So yeah, that is what I do. And content creation, which is also another business. It's about to be another business, Henry. So that's what I am looking into. Not yet, Henry. I am looking to invest in real estate, but I have not started investing in real estate personally myself. Yes. Okay, I am caught up. There was something that I wanted to say, but it slipped my mind. Okay, so we have defined the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Very so. This is my note. Yeah, very, very. Okay. So the last statement I think I'm going to read from the book is the danger here is that I think most people deep down want to be wealthy. They want freedom and flexibility, which is what financial assets not yet spent can give you. But it is also engraved in us to have money is to spend money. That's why we don't get to see the restraint it takes to actually be wealthy. And since we can't see it, it's hard to learn about it. So I always say this that the richest we see the richest people and we emulate the kind of life they have. For example, the people that have the luxury cars, the luxury bags, the luxury vacations, we see that. So when we acquire a certain amount of money, maybe that's the first thing we want to do. We want to buy those luxury things. We want to go to the luxury restaurants because that's what we see. But what we are seeing is people who are rich. The wealthy people hardly ever look wealthy and they hardly ever show their wealth. And I gave this example that a lot of Zimbabweans who actually have a lot of wealth, you can't see it on them because they wear the simplest clothes, they drive the simplest cars. But when you go to their homes, you'll see that they've invested in a good home. If you then look at their portfolios, like in the banks and everything, you'll see that they have a lot of money, but they don't show it. So maybe that's why it's difficult for us as people to learn how to be wealthy or to imitate wealth because wealth is hidden. We can't really see it. Okay, so we have Khan. Hi, Jamshed Khan. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining the live. Okay, my tea is cold enough at the moment. So Mrs. Manoj said that she hasn't reached the threshold yet. So this is the first threshold for you. You haven't reached the first threshold yet. Yeah, she said that she hasn't reached the threshold and she will return the gift. Hi, Shama. How are you doing? How am I sassy? I didn't know that I was sassy. How are you doing today? Most people don't become rich because their vision on why they want to truly acquire that life can't be told in vivid detail. It just sounds nice to have, but much harder than most people imagined. Let me read that again. Most people don't become rich because their vision on why they want to, oh no, why they want to truly acquire that life can't be told in vivid detail. It sounds nice to have, but much harder than most people imagined. So I assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you are talking about goal setting. So they want to be rich. They think about being rich, but they can't actually narrow it down to, I want to have this car, I want to have this house, I want to go to this type of vacation, I want to have this amount of income coming in every month or every year. And they then don't break down those goals into, okay, if I want to be at this place by this time, then I have to save this amount of money. If I want to have this kind of business portfolio, it means I have to start investing in this at this particular time. So it's harder to acquire something when all you have is maybe a vision board. You have your vision board, but you haven't broken down how to get there. Is that what you're trying to say, Brandon? If so, please let me know. If not, please correct me when I am wrong. Dineo, yes, it is. It is very true. Sometimes it is hard to emulate something that you don't see. I think that especially when it comes to finances, we are like little babies. We mimic what we see, or we imitate what we can see. And if the people around us haven't shown us how to get to a certain point, then it's hard for us to follow it. For example, I grew up with people that know how to do business or have been doing business. So because of that, when I approach a business, I know that it's not 100% going to work out, and you're going to have highs and lows. You're going to have losses, but you're also going to have gains. That's why I'm always referring chicken business, because that's one of the businesses that I saw when I was growing up. Brandon, greetings there from Mrs. Manoj. Okay, bye, Mrs. Manoj. See you later. Thank you so much for being here. I am having green tea. So it's green tea and lemon. It's a Twinings tea, green tea and lemon. That's what I'm having. I was waiting for it to cool down, and I need the caffeine today. I need the caffeine, dinner, because I was busy this morning, and I realized that, whoa, I have a meeting, and I have a, yeah, I have a live and I have a meeting, and I was like, ooh, I need some green tea for the caffeine, because otherwise, after this meeting, I'm gonna take a nap. I am from Zimbabwe, Henry. Where are you from? I'm not having coffee. I'm having green tea. I'm having green tea with lemon and no sugar. Precious, I don't put sugar in my coffee, and I don't put sugar in my tea. Unless if I go to like a coffee shop, but sometimes I can ask them for like to not put any sweeteners, not to put any sugar. So yes, I stopped taking sugar in my coffee and tea maybe 4 years ago. It's been close to 4 years. So I actually like the taste of tea. Growing more flower. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, Victor, I'm not having coffee right now. I forgot I bought green tea 4 months ago. Alice, it's so good. Like I'm saying, I would have had coffee, but coffee gives me a boost in the moment. So right now I'm going to be wide awake, but in like 30 minutes I'm going to be feeling sleepy. So I can't drink coffee unless I have to be drinking it over and over. But when it comes to green tea, right now I'm feeling alert. I'm going to be feeling alert for the next maybe 2 to 3 hours, because it releases the caffeine slower. So please, green tea is great for you. Precious, I have my teas without sugar besides Five Roses and Jojo. Precious, yeah. I prefer my tea without sugar. I want to taste the tea. Especially rooibos, I want to taste the tea. Oh, okay, Dre. Hey, I'm here again. I watched your live tomorrow too. Thank you, Nina. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming back. I remember you from yesterday. Thank you so much. Coffee with no sugar. Alice is so nice. It is so nice. The reason why is because I started drinking my tea without sugar. So now I want to literally taste the coffee bean, because I get different flavors of coffee. So there is an Arabic one that I really like, but I can't find it in the stores right now. Maybe they'll bring it in winter. But it is, yeah, an Arabic coffee, and it smells good and it tastes good. So I want to taste the coffee bean. If I put sugar, I'll only taste the sugar. Wow, that's amazing. Alice, I also couldn't though. I poured 1 spoon. Okay, yeah, but yeah, I have coffee with sugar in in coffee shops. Hello from Kenya. Hi, Ansap. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Are you able to describe me in detail, to me in detail, what you want your life to look like as a rich, wealthy person? What businesses are you running? What does your monthly income look like? What is your purpose? Brandon, I like this exercise. So, I am going to speak as if it is right now because I want to speak it into existence. So, I'm going to go with wealthy because I'm working towards wealth. Being rich is great. I'm obviously going to I'm obviously going to start with being rich, but I want to start. I want to go to the end goal. Okay, so being wealthy. Number one, I run 3 businesses, 3 things that I'm very passionate about. The first one is a beauty business, all round wellness. In fact, I not just beauty, but all round wellness. So I have a business that concentrates on fitness. There's something that I have always wanted to do is open a women's only gym where people feel comfortable going to work out, because some of the reasons why women don't work out is because they feel uncomfortable in the gym. So in the fitness business, we have a gym. Next to that, we have one of our fitness stores where we sell my fitness clothing that I am already running right now. It's not a store, but I do sell fitness clothing. And we have a shop next to that that has a nutritionalist who talks about what is good for you to work. And this is just one branch in one place. It's something that I want to open in different places. That's the first business. The second thing is just going to be property, investing in property, rental properties, also buying and selling, and so the buying and selling is buying land, building and selling, and it is also I'm forgetting what it's called, but when you buy an old house, refurbish it and sell it again, that is the second one. And then the third business, yeah, the third business is something to do with beauty because I like beauty. So yes, that is why is everyone coming when I'm about to leave? That is what it looks business wise. And then in terms of my daily life, I have multiple properties in probably 2 countries, my home country and the country that I'm living in at that particular time. So, in the country that I'm living in, I have the city house and I have the holiday house. Same thing with my country, my home country. We have the city house and we have the holiday house. Another thing I want to invest in is farming, but that is just going to be something I overlook. It's not going to be a business that I am concentrating on. What else did you ask me? My monthly income, actually, I want to pay myself a salary. Um, the overall income of what I make monthly, that's a good question. 3 businesses monthly. 60,000. 60,000 minimum. And from that, I pay myself a salary of $2,000. Everything, all my expensive should fit into $2,000. Just my monthly things, but the school fees of the kids are taken care of, and well, we are not paying bills in the house, like mortgage or anything. But yes, so that is it, Brandon. That is the life I'm living right now in the future. I'm from India. Grandparents were from China. They came back in 1970. Oh, okay. Thank you, Henry. I meant yesterday when I said in my comment, I said tomorrow. I know, Nina. That's why I said thank you for coming back. Yo, I can't. I'm using honey instead of sugar. I started with honey, Alice. I started with honey. And after that, I just left it completely. So soon you are going to be joining me. Don't worry, don't worry. You're going to be joining me, and you're going to be like, I don't like the taste of sugar. I can't taste the coffee bean. See, no, nothing. We were not saying anything. We were just saying, no, Alice was just shocked that I started early, and she was just like, oh, you were here and she was about to call you. That's it. That is it. Interesting question, Brandon. Yeah, I think it's good to visualize that so that you set your goals accordingly. Where am I? Hi, ladies. Hi, Lungi. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining the live. How are you doing? You know, I greeted you twice before, but how are you doing? Hi, Melanie. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. How have you been? How are you, beautiful sisters? I think everyone is doing well. I'm hoping everyone is doing well. Hi, Dancing Diva. How are you doing? Hi, Slay Girl. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Hi, beautiful queen. Hi, how are you doing? Flipping. Thank you, precious. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Yes, flipping. Flipping houses. That's something that I really want to get into. More so, you know, just to develop areas that have been forgotten. There are so many areas in Zimbabwe that are beautiful areas, but they're forgotten areas. So I would love to do that. Please shout out, I liked and subscribed. Okay, what am I supposed to say? IDK Slay Girl, shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining the live. Where am I from? I'm from Zimbabwe, you mad? Where are you from? My educational qualification. I love speaking about this. So, I have an honors undergraduate degree in psychology. So, Bachelor of Science, honors in psychology, bachelor, no, master's in science. Degree in psychology, and I am currently studying for my doctorate in innovation and knowledge management. Wow, Audrey. Precious. I'm going to be leaving that live and I'm going to share it here. Say, do you remember that time I met Brandon on live and we spoke about this? We are living that life. How did you get to have a store in a country away from home? No, Melanie. Brandon was asking me to visualize the life that I'm going to have being rich and wealthy. So I was explaining to him what I want to have. There is no reveal, mob. Sorry, Dollar. Where are you going, Audrey, so early? I have a meeting. I have a meeting at 11:45. That's why I started early and I have to go. Brandon, what did you say? What did you say? Hi, what is your name? My name is Audrey Zane. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I think you joined yesterday. Thank you for the love, Danielle. Guys, I'm going to be leaving in 2 minutes, but I was hoping Brendan was going to say something before I leave. And hi, Xander. How are you doing? Thank you so much. Good morning, Mom Lindy. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Yes, I did. I'm just waiting for the clock to hit an hour, which is going to be in a minute. And I am going to be leaving. Do I know? I don't know Melody. Sorry, I don't know who that is. Hi, Vin. Thank you so much for joining me from Kingston. Thank you for joining me from Kingston, Jamaica. I love music from Kingston. Kingston Town. Thank you so much. Hi, Velvet Glove. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Guys, why do you like to do this to me? Why is everybody joining while I'm about to leave? It's unfair. Why didn't you join earlier? Because I don't like leaving people here. Thank you, Zane. Thank you so much. Lindy, why are you crying? Are you crying because I'm leaving? Oh, Dineo, I'm sorry. I really hope that you feel better. I really hope that you feel better. Brandon, do you have a YouTube channel? As we close, guys, please send in your goodbyes. I'm gonna have to rewatch this because wow, no, see, no, you don't have to rewatch. Don't rewatch it. Please don't rewatch. We didn't say much more than that. We just said a little bit more than that, but we didn't say much more than that. Okay, what is your Instagram, Brandon? Is it this name that you have? A little bit better than yesterday. I'm so sorry, D. So sorry. And you did say the last time you went for your walk, and I was encouraging you that, oh, after you walk, you're going to be feeling warmer. But you knew that you were coming down with something. But yeah, praying for a speedy recovery. D, hope you have meds to see speedy recovery. Yes. Goodbye, everyone. Hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye, Xanda. Guys, I have to leave. Where's my laptop? Okay. I have to leave like now so I can log into my meeting. I am Christian, Zane. I don't mind you asking. I am Christian. Uh, Thank you, Xanda. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Brandon, I will look for you on Instagram. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone. Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. Bye. Thank you, Zane. Thank you, uh, Brandon Bliss. Okay, I took a screenshot and I will be following you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm happy that you came across my live. So, yeah, thank you. Bye, everyone.